This is John Cola with OKRod.com. Have another exciting episode for you today. Today we're on location at yet another U-Pick farm here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're here at Gilcrease Orchards, and they grow vegetables and fruits that you can harvest year-round. So if you're coming to Las Vegas, you want to make sure you visit Gilcrease to harvest your own fruits and vegetables. Now do a Google search on them because they are only open certain days of the week. So today's episode is going to be another short format episode because I think you guys did like the last one that was under 5 minutes. And this episode is going to be real simple. It's like, how do you know when there's truly ripe fruit? Other YouTubers maybe have videos on how to select ripe fruit or quote unquote ripe fruit out of the supermarket or in trade. But to me, that's nowhere near being truly ripe. And I wish other people would explain to you guys the real tree ripened fruit and how it should be if we all lived out in nature and we're not living in a commerce or commercial society. And this is it right here. We're going to explain it to you real simple, real quick and easy. There is an apricot tree behind me, and as you could see, as we're walking up to the tree, some of the leaves are shielding some of the fruits so you can't see them too good and to kind of get right up in there. But when you do, you'll be rewarded with brilliant orbs of little orange sugar-filled wonders. And so how can you tell if this stuff is really ripe? Well, number one, the color. You can see here we got some that are kind of yellow and green, not quite ripe. Also, if you feel it very gently, like you're caressing somebody, you know, it's going to be nice and hard and firm. That's not quite how you like it. Other things you can tell is if you do try to tug it a little bit. I'm trying to tug it now, besides from the wind blowing. I'm tugging it and you can see the whole branch move. It's not actually separating quite easily. So once again, color, touch, pulling it, see if it comes off easily. Another indicator that you may want to know is you always want to look down, not because you're walking where you're going because you might trip over something, but because on the ground, that's where the tree freely gives its fruit if it's truly ripe. And hey, there's me, hello. So on the ground here, you can see a lot of the really ripe fruit that is dropped because in nature, that's what happens. The fruit is ripe, it drops. So this is probably actually a truly ripened fruit right here. Nice and soft, nice, brilliant orange color, ready to be eaten, except maybe for the bug holes. But when there's bug holes on like that half, guess what? I'm gonna eat the other half. Wow, that's a truly ripe fruit. It's almost like dried apricots, but it's nice and moist and it literally is melting. I mean, look at that. It's like eating a jelly. So, you know, don't trust these other YouTubers that are saying, oh yeah, this is a ripe fruit. No, get it from the source, go to a farm, grow your own trees to get truly ripe fruit. Let me go ahead and share with you a few more tips before I actually harvest all my own ripe fruits that I can eat this week. Now that I explained what tree ripe fruit is, the next thing is to harvest them. To harvest them, you know, you don't want to put tree ripe fruit in a bag because guess what? They're going to squish easy. And this is the antithesis of commerce. You know, if the fruit squishes in commerce and in trade, the wholesaler, the middleman, and even the farmer will lose their profit. So it's their goal to make sure that you get the fruit that is edible and it's still not bruised or damaged in any way. So if you do come to pick your own, you want to basically, what I like to do the most is actually eat them off the tree, like last episode when I had mono meals off my own tree. But if you're going to pick them to take them home, bring a box with you so that you could single layer them and they're not going to crush. And also, as you're eating them, you could pick out the ripest ones to eat and enjoy. So now that I'm going to harvest them, there's all these in the tree, and you know, there's a lot of them that are nice, dark, and deep and rich. What I'll do is I'll come up to each tree, and man, these guys, man, they come off easy and are nice and dark right here. And what I like to do also, especially if you're picking them yourself, is sample the fruit. Hey, you never know how it's going to be until you sample it. That's good. But you know, maybe the tree next door is better because if it's a different variety or different nutrition or different environmental factors. So I'll go around to multiple trees and taste test one or two off each tree to see which tree I like the best. And then I'm going to stick at that tree and pick them all. So going to go around and find the best tree, and then I'll be harvesting some delicious, ripe, fresh apricots. So I just got done picking all my ripe, fresh apricots, and people, once again, these are truly ripe. I was supposed to only single layer them in my little box here, but I double layered them because guess what? These things are so delicious, I'm gonna mouth through them. And mouth through them, you should, because truly ripe fruit will maybe only last a day or two, if that, before they go bad on you. So that's another indicator that they're truly ripe, is that they're gonna expire really quickly. So I like to think of things in terms of good, better, best. You know, there's always good, better, and there's best. So in terms of ripe fruit, good would be getting, you know, quote unquote ripe fruit from your grocery store or health food store. Better would be from the farmer's market because hopefully they're picking it, you know, the day of or a few days before the farmer's market. Best would be coming out to a farm and picking it yourself, and even better than that, ultra best is growing it yourself under, you know, proper conditions and only harvesting it as you're going to need it. And of course, if you're growing it yourself, you want to increase the soil nutrition as much as possible by using compost and rock dust and other soil amendments so that you can grow the best food ever. My job here as a teacher in raw foods is to share with you the ideal in what raw foods is, and you need to choose what is the most realistic for you. It takes me back to college when I had a college course called American History, the ideal and the realistic. So it doesn't always happen like the ideal, although sometimes it does get written down in history books, but I'm here to share that with you so that you have the choice whether you want to do the ideal or just the realistic. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best.